Hello again, this is Mr. Zach from the Youth Arts Initiative program. In my last video, I went over the definitions of some basic filmmaking terms. And if you remember, I talked about the term shot. Now there's all kinds of different types of shots that have a variety of uses. So this video will be dedicated to covering some of those types of shots that filmmakers use to tell their stories more effectively. So let's get started.
Okay, so there's too many specific types of shots to cover in one video, so I'm going to be focusing on the ones that are most commonly used in filmmaking. Also, shots have a range from really big to really small, so I'm going to go in that order from biggest shots to small shots. So the first shot we have here is an extreme wide shot. These are mostly used to establish a setting. They are really expansive and don't show much precise detail. Filmmakers will often have their scenes start with an extreme wide shot, as it helps the audience get a sense of where the coming scene is taking place. So for example, here in this footage taken from the Lawrence of Arabia, we have a really wide shot of camels running through the desert, and it helps the audience get a feeling for how vast the setting of the story is. Next up, we have the regular wide shot. These shots are usually just wide enough to comfortably fit an entire person in the frame. These are also sometimes known as full shots, by the way. And these shots are also commonly used for scenes that have some kind of action or movement in them, because you can still see the whole character and follow along while still making out some more fine details. Moving on, we have the medium shot. Medium shots are typically shots that encompass the body from the waist up, and they are often utilized by filmmakers in scenes with dialogue. For example, here you have two characters talking, and you don't really need to see their legs to see that they're having a conversation. So now we're going to talk about the close-up shot. These shots are mostly used to simply convey emotions and reactions of characters, and they usually just show the face, like you see here. Last but not least, we have the extreme close-up. And the purpose of these shots is to show the audience exactly what you want them to see. There's no missing it. So if there's an extremely important detail you're trying to show in the film, this is the shot you're going to use for it. So just because we have some time left in the video, I'm going to cover this shot here, which is called a Dutch angle. And as you can see, the shot has been tilted to the right, and the purpose of shots like this is it kind of gives the audience a sense of unease, and it can be used in a lot of cool ways. Congratulations! You just learned about 6 different types of shots. There are a lot more out there, so maybe we'll get to the more complicated ones in future videos. I know that was a lot of information, but I just want to cover a couple more notes that might have left some of you confused. Firstly, I know that I talked a lot about how much of a person you can see in a shot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that these rules only apply to shots with people in them. For example, the extreme close-up doesn't really show a person. Or you could show a scene that only has objects in it that is still considered, say, a medium shot.
If you just kind of picture or imagine that a person was standing in the shot, that's a good way to tell what kind of shot it would be, or it is, even if somebody isn't physically in the shot. And another note I wanted to make is that these rules don't apply just to filmmaking. They can be applied to both photography, drawing, and a variety of other artistic mediums. Alright, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Adios!